So welcome to everyone here, and also to everyone that is watching on YouTube Live, which is probably going to be several people shortly, but we just got this connection started. So what's interesting, and welcome parents of seniors, it's great to see you in the house as well. So what's so interesting about this time right now is last year we didn't have anything resembling like a formal live senior exit interview ceremony. Normally this ceremony is like comes after there's a big potluck dinner and everyone eats together, and then we interview the seniors as they are about to perform their final concert for Stringendo. This started close to, I'd say 7, 8, maybe even 9 years ago, when we had a lot of seniors, and we were trying to figure out a way for them to have a chance to kind of say what they wanted to say just as they're about to leave the organization, at least as a student. And we came up with this, and it wound up being really popular right from the start. And we're really excited about it. And we're really excited that we can have this year. Yes, things are a little different this year, but right now we're going to be doing our senior exit interviews, and we are also going to be doing our final recital for Chaconne and Vivace. And that was certainly not a guarantee at the beginning of the year, and even as recently as a few months ago. So we're really excited that we can do all of this. And we are going to get started. I think Rachel's going to start us off. You want to call up?
Yes. Okay, so we're honoring seniors, and we're going to start with Molly Gibson. Come on up.
Before you start, I'm sorry, one last thing. Seniors, please speak louder than you've ever spoken before. Otherwise, we're going to hear, what's that? Especially the further away we are. You're speaking to a very large space, so I'm just throwing that out there, hopefully once and for all.
I'm impressed with how loud you're speaking. And am I doing that at all?
Can you hear her okay in the back?
Phew, what a miracle.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, you're projecting.
Impressive. Okay, here we go. So, Molly, let's talk. Okay. We're going to start with, what was your first experience in Stringendo, and why did you join?
Oh, goodness. So, unlike a lot of the seniors that have come up here today, I actually didn't go through this program, and this was the first year in joining this program. And God, am I very excited and very happy that I was able to go through the Chaconne experience at least. So, in joining, my teacher at school was like, "Hey, you're going into music. Join this organization that's up by me." And I'm like, "Okay, how bad could it be?" I come up, I audition, and it turns out, yeah, come in, join Chaconne, play some music. St. Paul Suite in front of me the first day, and I'm like, "Oh, that's nice. Real music. Okay, we can do this." So it was such a fantastic leap to be able to come play real music, meet real musicians that have gone through the field, are educated, and just know their stuff. Be able to work with other musicians and observe all you guys that have gone through the program and be like, this place is cool. So it was just first experience here. I came in, I felt welcomed. Everybody was like, yeah, play. We don't know what we're doing either, so you'll fit in fine. So it was really fantastic, and I'd have to thank that for being able to have this experience as well.
Yeah, well, we're so happy that you're here. So happy. Okay, this is a good one. What college are you attending?
I am going to SUNY Fredonia and Fredonia School of Music for music education, and hopefully a minor or two in like business and language, something interesting. So
awesome. Okay, so you answered both questions. You're way ahead of everybody. I love it. Okay. What was your favorite piece from this year?
St. Paul Suite.
St. Paul Suite.
It was something that was always in my orchestra playlist, and something I'd listen to and been like, that's a cool piece. Like this cool sea shanty, like not Mozart, not something like, no, just something very unique. And to be able to look at the sheet and be like, that's the notes they were playing. That's good to know. So that's such a wonderful piece. And every time we play that first part and the first movement, that first climax, it's absolutely gorgeous. So
I love it. I love it. Okay. What is your favorite memory from a workshop? So we had the workshop, and pretty much because of COVID, we didn't do other things. So I guess you could do a favorite memory from orchestra rehearsals, or from the workshop, or just from your youth.
Oh, it has to be the dance. And we've actually done it a lot this year. But being given this wonderful dance, this hand just comes up to one and she goes, okay, all right, we need a break. We're learning a dance. So Vivace, I don't know if you've seen glimpses of this dance.
Or heard it.
Or heard it. Goodness. There is a few videos of it from today. So if you get a chance, watch a video. It's entertaining. But learning, just standing up and dancing in the middle of a rehearsal was a brand new experience for someone that can't dance. Don't ever ask me to dance. But yeah, that was something that just clicked with me. It's like, yeah, you can take a break. You can have some fun in the middle of orchestra. So it works out either way. And then we went back and then turned to page 3 of Danza and went, oh boy, we're back to normal. So
I love it. I love it. Okay, now, well, I'm going to move on to this one, which is, what are you going to miss the most from Stringendo?
It's the program itself and the unity of the program, the familiarity. Even being a year 1 student, I was just able to immerse myself and find that there are people like me, there are people unlike me, and find that uniqueness within the unity that is created for the orchestras and created for just students alike and meeting everyone. So that was such a unique experience that I will very much miss.
I love it. I love it. Okay, and last question. Oh, now this is also, what is your favorite memory as a helper?
So being able to do that in the fall, I sadly wasn't able to do it in the spring season, but in the fall season, it was the first time that I was able to take teaching skills from something else that I had been able to work with kids as an instructor, but taking that and finally putting it into my passion. It was my kind of first step in the door as being a music educator or a future music educator. So being able to put 2 and 2 together finally and say, hey, this is a good semi-picture of what I can do, what I can work with. And I said, it's great. I said, I found the right feeling. I said, this is what I want to do. So that was encompassing for all of my future endeavors.
Yay. Well, first of all, just quickly, I want to say, we are so lucky you joined Stringendo. You were made to be in this program. So thank you, and good luck to you at school. We're so excited for you.
Yes, I'm excited.
All right, our next senior is Jossie Beeler. Hello, Jossie.
Hello, Simon.
How are you feeling tonight?
A mix of emotions, but mostly good.
Very understandable. So what was your first experience in Stringendo, and why did you join?
My first experience in Stringendo, as a program, does it count summer strings count?
Summer strings counts, yeah.
It was the summer before I went in 6th grade, so 2014. I was originally supposed to do 2 weeks of the session, so the first 2 weeks, and then I ended up loving it so much that I did the 3rd week too. And then my mom was like, oh, we're going to sign you up for the Stringendo Orchestra. And I was like, what? And then I remember just going in there like a scared little 6th grader, not knowing almost anyone. And I was just like, wow, oh my gosh, I was just like, this is a brand new experience. And then I ended up just feeling like, and I would have never guessed that I would be here today. I was just like,
yeah, well, you are. Can you hear okay in the back? Maybe speak up a little more. Okay, but you're doing great. So you kind of hinted this, but how many years in the orchestra program, summer strings, fiddlers, if you did that?
I have been in the Stringendo Orchestra program for 7 years. I did summer strings for 5 years, and I did the fiddler program for a year.
Great. What college are you attending?
I will be attending Connecticut College.
Excellent. And your intended major, minor?
I am going in undecided, which actually my college won't let you actually really officially decide a major until your sophomore year. But it's convenient because I'm really not sure, so I'm going undecided.
That works well for you then. Right? That's good. Most colleges want you to declare a major, so in a way, you have found the exact right college for where you are with your decisions. And I will say to all of you, you don't have to know right now, and keep in mind that more times than not, people go in with a major and come out with a different one. So if you know right now, it doesn't necessarily lock you in for the rest of your life. So yeah, have no angst about that at all. All right, little gear shift here. What was your favorite piece from this year?
This year, my favorite piece was probably the Dvorak.
Dvorak? All right. And which counselor or helper do you remember the most from your entire time in Stringenda?
The one that I probably remember the most, probably Shreya Varanasi. She was my morning helper in Mazurka, and she really helped me, and she sort of pushed me into becoming a better player and playing with meaning and thought, and
that's great.
Helped me a lot.
Does anyone here remember Shreya Varanasi? Okay, some of the older, yeah. I think she's a junior right now. Does that make sense? In college, finishing her junior year, at least sophomore. Yeah. Okay. What is your favorite memory from Summer Strings?
Favorite memory from Summer Strings is, I think, Natalie, Sam, and Phoenix would remember this. It was, I think, 2018, and we were doing this piece with Emily Shad, and we ended up doing all these making up all these Shakespearean terms like hark. Just our own special thing.
Where did that come from? Was it from a piece that was Shakespeare connected, or just?
We have no clue.
All right, things like that can happen. Good.
Hark.
What are you going to miss the most from Stringendo?
Probably just the people in general, and being able to just have the strong connection you have, and it's you're a sense that you're just a family, and you can just, there's no pressure, I just like the sense of unity and community in Stringendo. That's special.
Thanks. Yeah. What will you have? I love this question. What will you do with your Saturdays now that Stringendo is over?
Definitely sleep in. Well, probably work towards getting a job, because I definitely need one this summer.
Fair. All right. So what caused you to join Stringendo in the first place?
Well, first, I didn't actually. The funniest thing is, my mom was oh my God, sorry. So my mom was like, "Yeah, you're doing Stringendo." That's it. End of story. And
that can cause that could be the cause.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she definitely didn't force me to keep doing it. I was like, you know what, this is a great way to spend my Saturdays, and I'm going to keep doing it.
Oh, okay. All right. And what is your favorite memory as a helper?
Well, this is more in general as a helper, but I think it was 2 years ago, I was a helper in the Intermezzo Orchestra, and I worked with a set of kids, and my favorite part was just watching them grow and play the music, and from the first day they walked in to the winter concert, and it's amazing seeing how much they grow, and it's even more amazing knowing that you helped them grow and you helped them play at the level they were playing.
Yeah, definitely. And finally, what is your favorite Stringendo performance ever?
Probably the times we played at the Bardavon Theater, because it was so fun playing on that stage and watching the fiddlers and the other groups just playing. It was really fun watching them.
It's an amazing place, that's for sure. All right, thank you so much. Let's hear it for Jocelyn. next up, we're going to Katrina Reynard. So hi, Katrina.
Hello.
What was your first experience in Stringendo and why did you join?
I started in summer string because my friends were in it, and then I started orchestra because my mom bribed me because my old elementary school teacher, Miss Katrina, was doing lessons, and she said I could have lessons with her if I did orchestra, and then I only had one lesson with her, so because I got busy and stuff, but I continued.
So it was actually a bribe.
Yeah.
I believe this is a first. At least that someone confessed it was a bribe. I like that. How many years in the orchestra program, and were there summer strings or fiddlers as well?
4 for summer strings and 5 for orchestra.
Okay, 4 for summer strings, 5 for orchestra. So what college are you attending and what's your intended major and minor?
SUNY Oswego, my major is cinema and screen studies, and maybe also a minor in gender studies.
Oh, great. Are you planning on continuing to play your instrument?
Yes.
Great. And so favorite piece from this year?
The Shostakovich.
Shostakovich. And which counselor or helper do you remember the most from Summer Strings, Stringendo, or Retreat?
I don't remember her full name, but her name, I think it was Katie or something from Mazurka, I think, when I was in Mazurka. I just remember
Was
her.
she a violist?
Yeah, I think it was Katie.
Katie
but not-
Barker?
Maybe. Probably.
Does that ring people that Mazurka? Yeah, I think it would be Katie Barker, especially because she's a violist. And,
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Okay. All right. What is the most memorable piece of music you have ever played in Stringendo?
The Vaughan Williams, the Thomas Tallis.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, the Vaughan Williams. How many here were a part of that? Yeah, about a third of you. It was 3. What grade were you in? Do you remember? 9th or 10th?
Not 10.
10th. So it's 2 years ago. It seems like 5 years ago because of COVID. Okay. What is your favorite memory from Summer Strings?
Probably the skits as a whole. Those were always interesting, but fun.
Yeah. Well said. Interesting but fun.
And we could use
Yes.
it for film ideas.
Yes, right. We have video footage if you want documentation, and I'm sure that will come in handy. Okay, what are you going to miss? What are you going to miss the most from Stringendo?
Probably the passion that everyone has here. Like, no offense to my high school orchestra, but it's definitely a different experience coming here from school. And everyone's just so, like, nice, and the music is awesome.
And what will you do with your Saturdays now that Stringendo is over? A popular question.
Sleep in, work, and hang out with my friends, finally.
Okay, yeah. It's a trade-off. And finally, what is your favorite Stringendo performance ever?
Also, the time to fit the Bardavon.
The Bardavon. Yeah, definitely. All right, let's hear it for Katrina. Gates, as in Sarah Gates. Hello, Sarah.
Hi.
So what was your first experience in Stringendo and why did you join?
Well, I actually joined this year, so kind of maybe unfortunately, my first experience was sitting in the gym underneath where we're sitting right now, masked and 6 feet away from everyone. But despite that, I think we've managed to make some really amazing music this year. And as for why I joined, it was also a bit related to COVID. My school orchestra was really uncertain. It seemed like it might be online for the whole year. And so having the experience to play music with other people here was really valuable to me and helps get me through that sort of slump in September.
Definitely. How many years in the orchestra program, summer strings, and fiddlers?
In the orchestra program, it would be just this 1 year, but in summer strings, I've actually gone for 2 or 3 summers. So that was pretty cool. And I don't think I've done fiddlers.
Okay. Can you tell us your college and your intended major and minor, if there's one?
Yep, I'll be going to Cornell University, the College of Arts and Sciences, and I plan to major in physics, but they don't actually let you declare a major until your sophomore year, so we'll see.
We can relate, right, Jossie? Great. Okay. And favorite piece from this year?
It would have to be the Shostakovich. Actually, the first time I heard that was in 9th grade. I think it was the Jasper String Quartet that came to our orchestra and played the second movement, and I was like, whoa, I need to remember what that piece is called. So then I looked it up and listened to it so much that I had it partially memorized by the time I got here, so now it's amazing to be able to play it.
That must have been a nice surprise when you came here and you're like,
Finally, yeah.
here it is. So what is your favorite, which counselor or helper do you remember the most from Summer Strings or Stringendo or Retreat?
I think it would probably be Cassidy. I remember she worked with us a lot on the viola, and that was pretty cool.
Nice. And all right, what is the most memorable piece of music you've played ever in Stringendo?
Well, I guess even though I really love the Shostakovich, it might be the Mozart, just because we're able to bond so much as an orchestra with that.
Yeah. All right, what is your favorite non-musical memory from Stringendo?
Okay, it would probably be the time that we played you Happy Birthday, and somehow you didn't know that's what we were going to do unless you were lying, despite the fact that we were all laughing.
Well, all right, first of all, you always all laugh. And second of all, how was I supposed to know? I was up there I was in rehearsal mode. I was very serious. I was about to start something, and then they were like, yeah, I guess I should have known. All right. That was fun. So what is your favorite memory from Summer Strings?
I remember with the sort of fiddle music, even if you weren't in fiddlers, you got to play the fiddle music, and I really liked that. I remember this one year we were able to sort of add in an improvisational element, and that was way different from anything I had done, and I found it really entertaining.
Great. What will you do with your Saturdays now? I love this. They all picked this question, and yeah. Okay, let's hear your take. What will you do with your Saturdays now that Stringendo is over?
I definitely need to finish learning how to drive because I've had my permit for 6 to 9 months now, and I haven't actually gotten my license.
So should we as an organization take that on as a burden that this is why Sarah doesn't have her license? And should we feel guilt towards your parents because they've been having to drive you longer than they expected? Is this all on Stringendo?
Maybe it would make my parents not prod me as much, so yes.
Great. Sorry about that. What caused you to join Stringendo in the first place?
When I was in my school orchestra, I know a lot of us had gone to Stringendo, and so as we sort of bonded in school, I learned kind of more about the Stringendo program, and it really interested me. And then my sister joined, and so then between those two factors and then COVID happening, I thought I would definitely wanted to experience it at least once.
You better do it. Okay. And finally, what are you going to miss the most from Stringendo?
It's very cliche, but I'm going to miss the people. I think, just having to go off and never be in this sort of environment again is going to be a loss. But I think we can definitely stay connected over the years as we progress.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Samantha Lau. I have to say the volume is quite impressive. So good work, and you have a lot to live up to, Sam. But I'm not worried. Okay, what was your first experience in Stringendo, and why did you join?
My mom told me I had to join Summer Strings, so I did.
We've heard this before. Well, at least for Stringendo, okay? How many years in the orchestra program, Summer Strings, fiddlers?
Summer Strings, I want to say 7 or 8, same thing for Stringendo.
Okay. What college are you attending, and what is your intended major and minor?
I'm going to be attending Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute with a major in computer science.
Great. So that's RPI, yes?
Yeah.
In like street terms. Okay. gear shift. What was your favorite piece from this year?
Surprisingly, the Shostakovich, because when I first picked it up, I was like, ew, I don't like this. It's bad rock, like a really bad key, and like it's hard to play.
Can I use this in the future as part of my storytelling? Because I love when students confess, or sorry, when they say that they didn't initially like a piece, and then I say to them, wait until you've tried it, wait until you play it, and after you've performed it, then talk to me.
Yeah.
Can I use you as a story here?
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam. I'll get your signature on that later, so we have it in official terms. Okay. So, which counselor or helper do you remember the most from the entire experience?
Catherine Lee. Most of the helpers I had kind of just like listened to me. It's like, okay, you're fine. But she was the only helper that really like went into and like tried to help me like fix like small things like dynamics or like articulation, phrasing.
Nice. Go, Catherine. What is the most memorable piece of music you've ever played in Stringendo?
The Bach Brandenburg Concerto. It was something I wanted to play for a long time, and Rachel let us play in Chicago.
Nice. It's an amazing piece. Favorite memory from a workshop, trip, or retreat?
Hark.
This is coming back. Hark. All right. Favorite memory from Summer Strings?
Also hark.
I suppose you're allowed to use the same answer twice. We'll let that go. What will you do with your Saturdays now that Stringendo is over?
APs.
What's that?
APs.
AP. You mean study for
Yeah.
them? Aren't they like in the next couple weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. We ended just in time. And what caused you to join in the first place?
So I'd already done summer strings for summer, and at the time I was doing soccer for like the community, and I wasn't very good at it. So my mom was like, "Do you want to join Stringendo? It's like like the same thing as summer strings, except it's longer." It's like, sure.
So basically, Stringendo got you out of soccer.
Yeah.
Interesting. The recruiting committee. Write that down. Find the people that know. All
I'm
right.
not politically inclined, okay?
Yeah. I bet you are. Well, I won't get into my theories about being athletically inclined, but don't sell yourself short. We can talk about that later. So, and finally, what are you going to miss the most from Stringendo?
Definitely the people here. I found the community people who are like me. I'm going to miss that a lot.
Thank you, Sam Lau. Phoenix Mercier. How's it going?
It's good.
Good. So, what was your first experience in Stringendo and why did you join?
Well, I initially started with summer strings, so that was a fun way to like start off my introduction to Stringendo, and then so I decided to join because I liked it, and also my teacher told me to join, so I did, and I liked it, but she told me to join, so I joined in Mazurka, and so I started the program with Mr. Hammond.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Sounds like there's a little more to that than you're saying, but
There's nothing. It's not bad. It's not good. It just is. It's just how I started.
okay, that's fair.
It was fun.
Good. I remember when you started, so
Yeah.
I had fun too. How many years in the orchestra program, summer strings or fiddlers?
I think 6 in summer strings and 7 in the orchestras. And I did do fiddle for 1 year. But
Okay.
I got overwhelmed with school and the musical and stuff for my school, so I stopped.
A lot of things, yep,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay, your college and your intended major and minor.
I'm going to be attending the Eastman School of Music, and I'll be majoring in viola performance.
Great. Favorite piece from this year?
Shostakovich,
The
definitely.
Shostakovich. And which counselor or helper do you remember the most from your time here?
I have to say either Cassie or Andrea, both of them. Look, Andrea has always been like, she's Andrea. I love her. She's great. I love her. She was Spud,
It's this-
very, very spunky at summer strings. It's great. And then Cassidy was my viola helper for pretty much all of Vivace. So, I mean, yeah,
It's great.
I have to say.
Okay. And so what is the most memorable piece you've played in your Stringendo career?
That is between either the Nordgren, the Portraits of Country Fiddlers, and the Vaughan Williams,
The Fantasia,
Fantasia
Thomas
King
Tyler.
Thomas Tyler. Yeah,
Yep.
the
Yep.
Nordgren. I don't think I will ever forget that piece.
It's an amazing
It's so
piece.
fun.
It is, the Nordgren. That's Portraits of Country Fiddlers, if you've heard that by Nordgren. It's a great piece. What is your favorite memory from a workshop, trip, or retreat?
I actually don't even know if the people that were there remember that this happened, but so I think it was my second year in Chacon. We were at Ashokan, which is also just a memory in its own. I miss Ashokan.
It is.
But that was not my answer. My answer is that we were playing. So she already know what I'm gonna say. Okay. So we so we play a lot of card games. Me and my friends, we just play a lot of card games because they're fun. And so we wanted to play spoons, but we felt really bad taking all of the spoons from the cafeteria. So we didn't want to take any more spoons. So we decided to play spoons with our phones. And Sam goes, "Well, that's going to be dangerous. You know, wouldn't it be dangerous to play with our phones?" And everyone was like, "Well, I mean, no, it's spoons." And so, and the end of the story is Sam ended up throwing her phone across the whole cafeteria. So clearly she knew something that we didn't.
Nice. That's great. I love how she knew this was
I know.
the story.
I did not expect
You didn't
that.
say anything.
I did not expect her.
That's really fun. So, favorite memory from Summer Strings?
Playing cards everywhere, and also sneaking Jolly Ranchers during rehearsal, just after lunch when you don't have enough time to eat them, and you just kind of, you just eat them during rehearsal.
Thanks for the confession on that.
Yeah. Also,
the
the squirrel stories.
the
That's
what? The squirrel.
Squirrel stories,
The-
for sure.
The punishments can be retroactive. I'm just saying. We may decide to skip that, but just keep it in mind, everyone.
I'll let you know if it comes back.
Yes. Okay, what will you do with your Saturdays now that Stringendo's over?
Sleep. And also, I need a job, so I'll probably get a job. And I don't know, spend time with my family, probably. Don't get a lot of time to do that during the week.
Sounds great. What is your favorite Stringendo performance ever?
The performance we did at the Fisher Center, because that was just, well, it's an amazing facility, but also it's so close to home for me.
Yeah.
Because Bard is like 10 minutes away from my house, and we do band performances in the Fisher Center, and I do recitals in Bard all the time. So it was just awesome to have those two worlds kind of merge.
Yeah, I could imagine that.
Yeah.
Plus, the Connie Ellisor theme was pretty
Yes.
cool too.
Yeah.
That was a really special experience, that whole thing. And it was in your backyard,
Yes.
figuratively speaking. All right, and finally, what are you going to miss the most from Stringendo?
I know everyone kind of already said this, but just the community and the people. I've made a ton of friends in Stringendo that I definitely would never have even thought I would have made if I didn't join. And, I'll miss all the teachers. I'll miss all of the supportive community that we have here. And I'll miss the rotating. I'll miss the rotating for sure.
You mean the rotating of seats?
Yes, the rotating seats.
So you like that?
Yeah.
Good. So do I. I think we all do here. Thank you, Phoenix. I believe we have one senior left, Cece Wendling. No pressure, Cece, but the volume has been amazing with the first 6 people. I'm just throwing it out. And I'm sure you're going to come through. So what was your first experience in Stringendo and why did you join?
So I have 2 older sisters. So I've been coming to concerts at Stringendo since I was in elementary school,
way before I even started playing viola. And I used to me and my twin sister, we would play on our DSs and, or we would read our books and I just remember imagining, I would be reading and I'd hear the music and it would add to the story. It was kind of it was entertaining. And
So the music was background to
Yeah.
the DSC.
or the book that I was reading, Harry Potter or something.
That's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
I could see you're going to become a composer down the road for writing music to novels, right? Wow, I remember you and your sister when you were like this, coming in with Alex here. It's amazing. It's amazing. So how many years in the orchestra program, Summer Strings Fiddlers?
I think it's 8 years for orchestra, and I did summer strings for about it's 5 or 6 years. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. Tell us about the college you're attending and your intended major.
I'm going to Binghamton University, and I'm not exactly sure, but probably science, chemistry, maybe. I'm not really sure.
Great. And favorite piece from this year?
I want to say Shostakovich, but I think it's definitely Mozart because I love I used to hate playing from memory, but I have definitely learned to really enjoy it and being able to connect with everyone. So it's definitely my favorite.
Great, Mozart. Mozart's doing really well in that competition. He was pretty magical. Which counselor or helper do you remember the most?
This kind of has a little bit of a story to it.
A what of a story?
A little bit of a story.
Oh, a little bit of a story. Okay.
I hated doing fiddle at Summer Strings, surprisingly. I know a lot of people love it, but when I was little, I just did not like playing without music. It goes along with not to play from memory. And I remember it was, I think, maybe 5th grade or 6th grade. I had Mrs. Shad, and I could not learn the fiddle tune for some reason. I was having such a hard time, and I would cry. And Bethany Hagen helped me so much, and she was so kind and so sweet to me, and I will never forget that.
She still is that kind, and that's sweet.
Yeah.
And she's teaching in Texas, actually, teaching music. Just a quick add-on to that in terms of the memory thing. Is and it sounds like you kind of had a breakthrough with it this year. It just got comfortable.
Yeah, last year and this year. It's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy it now. I think I was too stuck in my head and couldn't relax into it, and now I definitely can.
Yeah, no, that's the key. And just always keep this in mind, whether you're seniors and about to go out there, or whether you're in here right now listening, just learning and growth does not happen in a line like this. It can be gradual sometimes, but more times than not, and I mean by far, there's you work at something, and then you get an epiphany occurs, and then you kind of get over the mountain, and then things smooth out. Just keep that in mind. If something seems just so frustrating and so difficult, Cece is a living testament to the fact that you can push through, and it will get to a place where there's more comfort for sure. Thanks for giving me a chance to tell that little story, Cece. So your, let's see. Okay. What is the most memorable piece? What is the most memorable piece of music you've played ever in Stringenda?
I really like the Strange Humors that we did, I think last year with the djembe.
Oh yeah, that's such a cool tune.
I really like that one.
What is your favorite memory from a workshop, trip, or retreat?
The Boston trip that we did, I think when I was in 9th grade. I remember going around with Sam and Phoenix, and we would I think we went to the aquarium and the science museum, and we just did everything. It was so much fun. I don't even know. It was great.
That
and
Boston
that was
trip was great.
And that was when I started to really become friends with Phoenix. I didn't even know them before then. So now we're best friends. I love it.
Nice. So what's your favorite non-musical memory from Stringendo?
It's also playing cards. Just at Summer Strings, I'd play cards during break, and at retreats and everything. It was always so much fun.
It's card theme. This is a new one. I like it. I like it. I mean, cards have been around for a long time, but I don't know if I know that, but I don't know if I've heard cards come up in these interviews. That's cool. It's a fun thing to do. What caused you to join Stringendo in the first place?
Okay. So this goes back to when I mean, maybe not necessarily why I chose my instrument, but I remember in third grade when I was like picking which ones I wanted to play, I put clarinet as the first one because I was like, oh, it sounds cool. I like that. And then I put like maybe I think viola and then violin because my sisters both played string instruments. And I turned it in, and then I went home and I told my mom what I had put down, and she was like, but then you can't do Stringendo like Alex and Hannah. And I was like, and she's like, don't you want to have Mrs. Rizzo and Mr. Hammond? I was like, you're right. Like, I have to. So I think she might have like called, and we switched it to viola as the first one. So I learned viola, and it was kind of just like the natural thing that happened next was
That's
I joined
amazing.
Stringendo.
I can't imagine not having you, so I'm so glad that switch happened. What's your favorite did I have to say?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, sorry, it went in such a different direction. And then what caused you? Okay, what is your favorite Stringendo performance ever?
The Connie Elsewhere concert. I was in Chacon, and honestly, I'm not sure I even remember what piece I played, but I remember being so envious of Vivace that played Conversations in Silence, because I still listen to that piece, and I really love it, and I don't know, it's just a really cool concert.
That was really, yeah, and the fact that the composer was sitting there playing the lead part in that piece, that was a remarkable experience. It's nice that you tapped into that. And what are you going to miss the most from Stringendo?
Definitely, like everyone else said, the people, and it's definitely something that I feel like probably won't be able to experience again. Like having, oh my god,
It's okay.
I don't even know if I can say it. Like having everybody so concentrated and so passionate about the same goal. And having everybody be so excited about it, and having everybody so talented, and it's definitely something really special. I'm gonna miss it a lot.
Thank you, Cece. So let's have one more round of applause for all of our seniors. Let's stand up, seniors. So thank you everyone for being, you were an amazing audience, and to everyone watching on YouTube. Parents, thank you for tapping into this and for taking this in. First time we've ever done it this way, and it was really, really cool. And seniors, you all just were so spectacular. Way to hang in there, and way to talk through the mask, and way to just be amazing like you've been all year. So our next step here is Chacon's going to start kind of getting set up, and Vivace, you have a little time to hang out, but we're going to meet upstairs at 5 of 7, because unfortunately there's not space in here for us to listen. So we're just going to do some last minute getting ready. And Chacon, best of luck in your performance. Can't wait to hear the recording. I hope it all goes really well. Thanks, everyone.